I just rewatched all the Spy Kids movies, and there's one thing that I can't unsee. Every villain, no matter what they did, was instantly forgiven, and each person was welcomed back with open arms. Now, I'm not saying that these movies are terrible, because let's be real, they're iconic and a staple in everyone's childhood. But it does make you question if being a supervillain in this universe even has consequences at all. Welcome back to Binged In, and let's dive right in. Also, if you're new here or haven't already, click the subscribe button below and join the binge watching community. So let's begin with the first Spy Kids movie. The bad guy, who is Minion, kind of goes back to his original job / role as Floop's second man, and he becomes a trusted friend to the Cortez family, which is seen heavily in the other films. So to give you a quick rundown of what happens in the first movie, Carmen and Junie think that their parents are just regular boring adults, until one day they find out that they're actually elite spies. Before they can even process that, their parents get kidnapped, and suddenly they're thrown into a world of top secret missions, gadgets, and having to fight off these weird looking thumbs. Turns out, Minion and Floop are behind everything, and are turning other secret spies into the weird characters that we see in Junie's favorite TV show. They're also trying to build an army of robot kids who are basically indestructible and undefeatable. So yeah, Carmen and Junie basically have to step up, outsmart the bad guys, and prove that being a spy definitely runs in the family and stuff like that. So Minion basically ends up taking over Floop's entire career and throws him aside the moment that he becomes useless to him. But then once Junie and Carmen beat him, he's back to working for Floops like nothing even happened. I will say though that Floop kind of ends up having the worst punishment out of all the villains because he ends up with like 4 other faces across his head. I mean, that must be really difficult to deal with. Now onto the second movie, the main villain this time is Donovan Giggles, and he's trying to take control of the OSS by stealing this powerful device that could shut down the technology all around the world. If he gets his hands on it, it's basically game over. So Carmen and Junie are now officially Spy Kids, but things get a bit messy when a new rival spy duo starts to steal their thunder. On their next big mission, it takes them to this mysterious island where some scientist dude has been like creating these weird mutated hybrid animals. While dealing with these freaky creatures, rival spies, and a whole lot of chaos, Carmen and Junie basically have to track down the device, stop the bad guys, or basically Donovan Giggles, and prove once again that they are the best Spy Kids. So Donovan Giggles was the main villain of the second movie. I mean, he makes an entire plan to trap the Cortez family on an island where no one can see or find, just so that he can wipe them out of existence. So when he comes close to literally destroying them and taking over the world, he kind of gets defeated by his own daughter, who kind of tricks him by messing up the device. Now, obviously, he gets demoted and fired by the end of the movie, but then he somehow comes back in Spy Kids 3. I mean, working for the OSS like nothing even happened. Like, I don't understand how this man literally tried to take over the entire world and basically kill the Cortezes just so they can bring him back in the next movie. And don't even get me started on what went wrong in the third movie, which is by far the worst one. Well, no, actually, Spy Kids 4 was the worst movie, but I don't even want to count that as part of the franchise because, like, come on. But it kind of felt like they just wanted to skip all the details and get everyone from all 3 of the movies together for one last hurrah. Now, don't get me wrong, that moment when everyone got together was great. I mean, I ate that shit up as a kid. But I never realized how bad the movie actually was until I rewatched it as an adult. I mean, the rebound of the villain becoming their, and I quote, family member was quicker than Leonardo DiCaprio moving on once his girlfriend turns 25. Like, I'm not even kidding. At the very end of the final fight, if you can even call it that, because there was barely any actual fighting, the only action we got was a 2-second clip of, like, Junie's dad punching a giant robot, and another one getting its ass branded. But the grandpa literally forgave the toy maker, and in the very next scene, he calls him part of their family. It's like he puts his hand in the middle of the huddle like they're all gonna start a sports league or something. And they accept him, like, just like that. I mean, this guy was literally planning to imprison kids worldwide and trap them into a game where he'd be the only adult. I mean, that alone should have, like, had him locked up immediately. Like, I never understood this in the movies, and it's crazy how I didn't even catch that when I was younger. Every Spy Kids villain basically gets taken down by Carmen and Junie, or the entire Cortez family, only to end up getting a free pass and somehow becoming part of the family by the end? Like, what was even the point? Nonetheless, let me know what you guys thought of this foolery that happened in every Spy Kids film. Did you guys catch it early on, or just realize it like me? Comment below which Spy Kid movie was your favorite growing up. And while you're still here, maybe like the video and subscribe. I don't know. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.